Eric made a very good point about how it's a soft sell approach. I always use the analogy of if you were at a cocktail party and we're talking to somebody who was an insurance salesman, if the first thing out of their mouth was, hey, by the way, hope you're enjoying the beer, did I mention I sell insurance? It would be off-putting. So, but if they had opened up the dialogue and said, hey, let's chat and find out who you are as a human being first, and then rolled into a sales pitch, it would be a little easier to go. One of the key things, though, on that front is to ask questions that identify the pain point of the person you're talking to. So let's say you've gotten past the initial where you're starting to ask some questions about themselves. Those questions should be leading questions that ultimately result in you providing a solution to that. So, in summary, you want to start out with something that is just general in nature that opens up the relationship. Then the second phase is to move into something that might be business-oriented, where you're probing, asking probing questions that ultimately result in a pain point for them. And that's when you go in and say, okay, now that I understand that you're having problems with XYZ, maybe it's a good time for me to mention that my company solves XYZ. So that's kind of the process. It seems to work pretty well for people using social media to go out as a lead generation tool.